approval and blessing this reading of his own precious and infallible word. Now, for a few minutes, I want to speak to the boys and girls and the children, not only in the church, but those online. Now, young people, I have got something in, we'll call it Rosie's bag, all right? But this is what we're using to bring things into the Lord's house. Now, I wonder what's in here today. It's all wrapped up. And you be very, very careful. Okay? We'll set it here for a little minute so you can think about it. Now, let me tell you some things, all right? First of all, there's lots of these in a field. So it's something in a field. It's got 4 legs, all right? Let's see if you can guess what it is. These are all the clues. And each of these animals has a tail, a long tail. These animals eat grass. And these animals have got 4 stomachs. Now, does anybody know what they are? Joel, what do you think? We'll take it out and we'll look. Look how neatly it's all wrapped up. Come on, girl. If I break a leg here, we'll be in trouble. Okay, now look at that. What is that? Joel? That's a cow. All right, can you all see that? This was a cow, specially come last night from Ferndale. All right. Oh, we'll call this cow, what do we call her? We'll call her Sally. All right, very good. Sally the cow. Now, this week and next week, I'm going to tell you some things about Sally the cow. And I want you to think, first of all, of the breed of the cow. Now, this Sally the cow is a Holstein Friesian cow. And I'll explain that in a wee minute. But do you know that in the United Kingdom, there's 34 breeds of cows, especially those in the dairy sector. You've got Ayrshire, you have got Derry Shorthorn, you have got Irish Moles, and you have Jerseys, and you've got Friesians, and you've got Holstein Friesians. And the Holstein Friesians, of course, are either black and white, or you can get red and white. And they are very, very, very popular. But this was my thought. It's a bit like the tractor. It doesn't matter whether it's a Massey Ferguson or a New Holland or a John Deere or some other type of fancy tractor that's made. What are they at the end of the day? They're all tractors. And this is true with the cows. It doesn't matter if it's Jersey or Ayrshire or Derry Shorthorn or Friesian or Holstein Friesian or Irish Mole. They're all cows. And you see, remember, God gave the cow at the beginning. And very, very important that you understand the gender of this Sally the cow, of course, is a female. And a male cow, we call it a bull. All right. And I want you to understand the 2 genders, the male and the female. And the females, of course, are dairy cows. And they have a very special, unique role to play in the lifestyle and lifespan of mankind. And I was just thinking, let's remember that just as the cow has a particular breed, you and I are all different. But we're different in the sense that we're different height, different weight, we have different length of hair and so on and so forth. But we're all the same in this sense, that we're all human beings, and we're either male or female, and God has made us in his image. And that's the first thing I want you to think about the cow, the breed of the cow, and think about you in the sense of your gender. because you are a human being that's special and made in the image of God. But I want you to think of something else about the cow. Just two things this morning. Now, I have brought with me a book. And I'm going to say this represents the herd book, because every farmer has a herd book. Now, think about the birth of the cow, because every cow has a birthday. And do you know that in the herd book, when a calf is born, a heifer calf, it goes into the book in Ferndale. The date is written down, and it corresponds to the ear tags I told you about last week. And of course, its gender's putting down. Is it a bull calf or is it a heifer calf? And of course, the breed's putting down. Is it a Holstein Friesian? Is it a Jersey? Is it an Irish Moy? The date's putting down, and that's very important. And also, if it was sold, the date's put down, and who it was sold to. And of course, if it died, the date that it died. Or if it's sent to the abattoir, the date that it's sent to the abattoir. It's all recorded in the book. And young people, God has a book. It's called the Book of Life. Your name's in the book. And all the details from the day of your birth, the life that you've lived, every sinful thought, every sinful word, every sinful deed, it's all recorded in the book. And the Bible talks about in the day of judgment, the book's been opened. And the dead been judged out of those things that are written in the book. And of course, God has another book called the Lamb's Book of Life. And I wonder if you know that your name's in the Lamb's Book of Life. Revelation chapter 21, verse 27. None that defileth shall enter in. Only the person whose name's written in the Lamb's Book of Life is going to enter into heaven at the end of the day. So there's two things that we've learnt this morning about the cow. You remember them for next week, because we want to go over them. All right, and we'll see if we get more young people to come out and join us. The breed of the cow. This cow is a Holstein Friesian cow, and the birth of the cow was recorded in the book. All right, right, Sally, you'll have to go back into this little place, and we'll get you in later. Hope I don't stand on you. That would cause a big problem, wouldn't it? Well, we pray that the Lord bless you. Maybe I should just add this, if you want to think about this for next week. There's 27 references to the word cow in the Bible. 7 of them is spelt the English way, C-O-W, and 20 of them is spelt the old Elizabethan way, and that is K-I-N-E. And of course, the first reference to cow in the Bible is in the book of Genesis, in Genesis chapter 41 and 2. It says, and behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favoured kine, fat-fleshed, and they fed in a meadow. It's very important that you understand that God 27 times in the Bible has mentioned the word cow.